Monday night live stream coming your way tonight. We are glad to be here answering every single fantasy football question that you could possibly have and talk about tonight's matchup, talk about maybe how we're pivoting off of Aaron Jones now that he has announced that he is going to be out this week and more. So, again, we're happy to be here with you, happy to be hanging out with you. Do us a huge favor, drop a like on the stream if you haven't already, and if you aren't, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to how many subscribers, Nathan?
As many as we can.
We're trying to get to. Our goal right now is 4,000.
3769.
Yeah, definitely.
Are we seriously at 3769?
No, 3717. But
we could get.
We can get
3769.
Yeah,
All right, let's
hey, we already have a super chat.
All right, Brandon is already here, man. Brandon, I swear, you are probably our biggest fan right now. Brandon traded Pollard, Gibbs, and London for Taylor, Olave. Okay. Nice, you got off of Gibbs, and you got off of London. Holy cow. Liam says now Hurts, Taylor Swift, Diggs, Ridley, Marquise Brown, Olave, and the Eagles defense. How did I make out on that trade? Fly, Eagles, fly. I will give you that because you have been awesome to us. Fly, Eagles, fly. Here's what I'll say. You dominated that trade. That is ridiculous that you got that.
Yep.
Look, I think the one thing that you maybe have to start thinking about is, okay, how long is it going to take for Jonathan Taylor to come back? How long are they going to take to ramp him up? And so that will have an effect in the next couple weeks. However, when you're looking at that, you gave away Pollard, who was, a consistent starter this year. Gibbs and London, not guys that you can consistently start this year. In your flex spots, in your starting spots, Taylor and Olave, both guys that you are able to consistently start this year. We are very comfortable with that trade. And Brandon, quite frankly, man, I think you killed it. You got off of Gibbs, you got off of London. Pollard, you don't have to get off of, but to get low on Taylor, to buy low on Taylor, to buy low on Olave, we love that trade for you, my friend.
Yeah.
Great trade. Thank you so much for your support. Appreciate having you on, and I'm glad you're on here because you asked some great questions. So good to see you, my friend. Our first comment of the night was help us get to 4,000 subscribers.
And again, the second comment.
That was the second comment.
Boo.
Well, that was our first comment, though, is what I said.
Our
first comment. That's what I said. Yeah. Our first comment was to get that number to 4,000. So if you could help us do that by subscribing, that would be greatly appreciated. And what was the firte comment? Because I can't see it. Oh, I see it.
Yeah. Any news on Amon-Ra? How long will he be out for? I think I would anticipate that he's not out for super long, if at all, after missing this week, because he went from pretty questionable to doubtful kind of towards the end of the week. And I really think even though it was kind of a slow downgrade, I think he's going to be fine going into this next week. When's our bye week? Do you know when the Lions bye week is?
I do not, but I do think that he was actually questionable this week. So given that, I do think I would
give him the benefit of the doubt.
He'll be back in the next few weeks.
Week 6.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Finding Jesus says, let's go. Was waiting for this. So my question is it too early to drop the Patriots defense and Justin Tucker? If so, who do you recommend? So If you're dropping the Patriots defense,
yes, drop the Patriots.
I would drop them, yes, because
you can stream a better defense than that.
Their defense is good, but not in fantasy because they have so many tough matchups.
Yes.
If you can get the Saints are often on waivers. If you can get a team like the Ravens, or those are some of the teams that I was looking for if I had the New England defense and had to drop them this week. Justin Tucker, kickers are so volatile, so unpredictable. I would just hold on to the best kicker in the league still.
Yes.
That's what I would recommend.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Jeff Wilson? Is he a good pickup?
Yeah, he is.
He is a good pickup, but it does depend on your format. So if you're in a deeper format in a 12-team, I would definitely be taking him there. If you're in a 10-team.
I think I'm taking him anywhere right now because, again, if Devon Achane's hurt, then Jeff Wilson steps into one of those running back roles.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, with the
How
injury,
dare a 2-pound running back get hurt?
I know, and with the injury news coming out, even Raheem Mostert is going to be questionable going into next week. So because of that, I think Jeff Wilson actually does have some value right now. Yeah,
Yep,
I think he's a good, sneaky early waiver pickup. So great question.
The Viral Lego,
What's
nice
up, Viral
name,
Lego?
says sell Zach Moss for Montgomery? Dude, I don't know what league you're in, but if you're pulling that off, please,
Yes,
please,
all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get money ASAP.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kevin Miller says, picked up Michael Wilson last week. Should I drop him for KJ Osborne or Josh Downs? We do it for Josh Downs. He hit on Jaleel McLaughlin waiver pickup.
Good.
Roshan is still on your bench.
Good.
You're a wise man. Hold on to Roshan.
Yes.
Good pickup with Jaleel. And go ahead and go get Josh Downs because we think his production is going to become more consistent now that Minshew is probably going to be the Colts quarterback for a majority of the season.
Yeah. 100% agree.
Ugh. Tragic.
All right, Finding Jesus Christ again says, who would you start, Zach Charbonnet or Josh Palmer? I only have one flex position available. This is tough because Palmer is going to be a sit for us this week. However, I'm still leaning Palmer here.
Yep. So
I still think that Zach Charbonnet would need to get some significant volume to produce or a touchdown. And again, I'd rather bet on Josh Palmer getting 5 receptions than bet on Zach Charbonnet getting a touchdown. So we'll go Josh Palmer for your flex. Bobby says, hey, what's up, Bobby? Should we be selling high on James Cook? Is it a sell high right now, you think? Because he hasn't been doing super good. So I wonder if people are still high on him.
If you're able to sell high on him, sure.
Yes.
I mean, he just had a horrible game.
Yeah.
So if you can get someone that gets more consistent volume and isn't so dependent on his receiving upside, then I would go, yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Robert says, in a full PPR for week 6, would you trade away Lockett or Christian Watson and Madison for James Cook? Or am I overpaying for James Cook? I think both of those are an overpay. I honestly think that for Christian Watson or Madison individually, you can capitalize and get a little more there. And with Tyler Lockett being the wide receiver 1 right now in Seattle, definitely not moving off him for James Cook.
Yeah, 100% agree. Yeah. Again, if you can sell high on James Cook, we are, but
yeah.
done.
Tyler says, okay, down 3 points, had to pick up last minute due to Aaron Jones out. I picked up Patrick Taylor, is the pass catching back in Green Bay. They did sign him to the 53-man final third time as well.
That is
hopefully
such a sucky situation,
it's
dude.
Really tough, man. Is there any other player
receiver
playing tonight at tight end, or does you have to have a running back?
At this point, just pick the one player tonight that's projected the most points, I think.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's tough. I'm sorry, Tyler. That stinks. If it makes you feel any better, man, I am playing somebody in one of my redraft leagues. Actually, I'm playing my brother, and he had Aaron Jones as the last person to play, and Aaron Jones is out, and I scored 174.3 points, and he scored 175. So had I scored one more point, I would have beat him this week.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's down bad season for sure in fantasy football right now.
Yeah.
Finding Jesus Christ, he traded A.J. Brown and Nico Collins and Bijan, okay, for Puka, Eckler, and Waddle. Did I get fleeced? I'm going to say
no.
No, I don't think you got fleeced.
Nope.
I think that's fair.
Yep.
I think it's perfectly fair. You know, I mean, you're taking your gamble on the guys you like for the rest of the season. And if that pans out, I mean, look, Eckler is as high upside as it gets. Puka has been producing even with Cooper Kupp back. And Waddle's a great buy low right now.
Yep.
In my opinion, like the worst trade or the worst person in the first trade is probably Waddle right now. Or on the second team, and the worst person in the first team is Collins. And that's a pretty clear upgrade there. So, yep, like it.
Bobby Toda says lost AR.
Max says he got
face.
fleeced, though. That stinks. I don't think he got fleeced, Max.
Yeah. Bobby says lost AR, sad face. We are very sad face as well, and this really hurts in Dynasty. What are your thoughts on sticking with a guy like Love or Purdy versus streaming each week? I'm completely fine sticking with Love.
Yeah.
I think Love has been consistent enough to start out his career, even as a rookie, that I'm comfortable with him. And if you have to plug in Purdy here and there, go for it, man. Those are both good offenses.
All right, let's jump up to Brandon's question here. Brandon says, Brandon, thank you again, my friend. What do you value Bijan? My friend in my league has JJ and is getting killed with injury, trying to take advantage. Good question. Bijan, he was selected this year as a first-round fantasy football pick. Bijan Robinson has lived up to that, even though last week he had 11 points. And it was like, okay, you're looking at Bijan now, and you're like, are we skeptical of him? Is he going to not produce? Like, should we be selling Bijan? We still believe in Bijan. We highly believe in Bijan, and we think he is worth a lot. So, yeah, if you can package together some depth pieces to get Bijan, absolutely doing that. If you can help the guy with some injuries and get Bijan back, that's something that we're definitely doing. He's one of the top fantasy assets there is. And so, yeah, that's a great thing to keep an eye on, too. It's great strategy. Look for teams that are having injury issues that need wins, and if you can take advantage and pounce on those teams, that's a great strategy. So, again, we're valuing Bijan as a first-round fantasy pick still. We think he's lived up to his name. We think he's only going to get better as the season goes on. We think the Falcons have looked fairly serviceable this year, and so because of that, we definitely think it's a good idea to go ahead and try to trade for Bijan Robinson. Drop any trade ideas you have in the chat, too. We'll give you our thoughts on it.
Well, he alluded to his friend having JJ, so I'm assuming he owns Bijan Robinson. Brandon does. If you're trying to get Justin Jefferson from this guy who is suffering and just desperate and trying to do anything, what I would do is, I mean, straight up, I would trade Bijan Robinson straight up to get Justin Jefferson if you can afford that.
Dude.
That is a trade that is worth it. And if you can do that, and this guy's desperate because of injuries, assuming those injuries are at the running back position, go for it. Am I right?
I just answered that question completely incorrect. You could have stopped me.
I was enjoying it. It was funny.
You gave an answer as to Bijan's value, so it
was still useful information.
Yeah, okay.
He just got double the information.
Yeah, whatever. Brandon, we appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for the super chat. You are amazing, dude.
Yeah, Ryan says, happy to hop back on the chat. I have
What's up,
CMC, and I'm in need of a running back, too, after Herbert's injury.
Yeah.
On my bench, I have Akers, Zeke, Moss. Should I drop Akers and Zeke and start scouting? Yes, see what's available there.
Yeah.
A lot of people are probably going to start dropping Roschon Johnson. I know Roschon doesn't help you this week, but see if you can't do that. If Jaleel McLaughlin is still available in your leagues, try and do that as well. There's a chance that, some people still value Cam Akers, like, significantly. So if you can't trade Akers for something, I would try. I would try to trade Akers before dropping him. If you drop him, then
Madison only had a 51% snap share this last week, so maybe hold Akers for another week, and you might be able to trade him.
That's true. And honestly, feel comfortable starting Moss this week if you can't get him off your hands. If you live in a crazy league like this guy who sold Zach Moss and got Montgomery, please do that.
All right, Brandon is back again, and what Brandon does say, breaking news. No, you had it right. I'm trying to sell Bijan because JJ is hurt for him. How about that? Big brain, Megamind Avery there. How about that? That? Proving the haters wrong. Well, good. Then, Brandon, then you know. I don't know.
I guess it's me.
Brandon, then you know how we feel about Bijan. I gave you my full answer. Yeah, we're very confident with you trying to go and get Bijan Robinson. I'm glad we're on the same wavelength, my friend. So, again, thank you for your support. You are incredible. This is, you're spoiling us right now.
Max says, is Amari for JT fair? Short answer, yes. Long answer, I think, again, this is a question where you've got to be a little bit more specific with your situation. Can you afford to lose Amari Cooper? Because we think very highly of Amari this year. We think he's going to finish as a wide receiver 1 with the production that he's been getting when Deshaun Watson is healthy. And I think that's something that you just have to weigh when you're looking into that. But the straight-up question, answering that question, yes, it's a fair trade.
All right, let's jump up. We got a couple super chats. You guys are freaking amazing. We love you guys. I hope you know that. Kevin Miller. Kevin, thank you for your support, man. And thanks for your question. Really appreciate you joining the stream. So what to do with Dotson? This is a great question, actually. Anything out there? I just traded Gibbs for Breece Hall. Holy cow, did you really?
No way.
That is an amazing trade, my friend.
I've got Gibbs sitting, and there's no way the Breece Hall.
Well, did he watch our videos and say
try to see if you can make that trade, Sam, because clearly it can be done. I lost Chubb. Okay, he got outbid for Kyron. Okay, and Ford. So running back has been cheeks lately. I think the last sentence kind of sums it up. Running back has been bad. You're pretty much taking any running back you can get at this point. And so with Dotson, obviously, if you can move him, you do. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to give you a sneak peek because you gave us a super chat here. I'm going to look at some of our buys for this week and see if I have any running backs in this range that we can get you, because I do think that while Dotson is somebody that you don't really need and he's not really doing anything to help you, there's not a lot of people that are probably buying Jahan Dotson right now. So I'm not sure you can sell him. Is he droppable?
No, he's definitely not.
So
droppable.
I think I'm holding him if you can't sell him. But again, I don't know what you're going to be able to get for him. I mean, like Ramondre Stevenson has also been super bad. Maybe somebody would buy on a Dotson for Stevenson trade. Maybe.
That would be
and
nice.
I know these are two separate questions, but again, I think they're kind of intertwined here. I mean, if you can move Dotson and go get a buy low running back, I mean, we're not super upset with that. But that being said, Dotson right now, he's a hold. We are going to not drop him because we think that he has some upside. What else do you have to add to that?
No, I completely agree there. I think Dotson's a curious case because he has shown out a couple weeks this season already, but it's not consistent enough where you're comfortable starting him. And honestly, I'm just as comfortable starting Curtis Samuel as I am Jahan Dotson, and Curtis Samuel is rosterable. So with that, I mean, maybe if you're lucky, maybe you have a Dotson fan out there. We were Dotson fans going into this season, and he just hasn't shown out yet. If you can't get anything for Dotson in return, like Avery already said, I'm okay holding him because of Howell's volume that he's been providing. Like, that is enough for me to be a little bit optimistic for the rest of the season that maybe Dotson could eventually show a little bit of consistency.
Yeah.
Bobby Toda, man, we appreciate the super chat and support. He says, showing some love. You guys are great.
Bobby, we love
very
you,
much appreciate you. Thank you.
Rock.
We
keep dropping your questions, man. We love answering your questions. We love having you on these streams. Same with Jamel Jones. Dude, you guys are spoiling us. Appreciate you, Jamel, as well. Thank you for joining the stream. And make us earn it. If you got a question, drop it in the chat. We'll go through. We'll answer it first. We'll give you some priority. But you guys are being nice to us. We really appreciate this, guys. You guys are why we keep doing this, and you guys keep the channel going, honestly. We are purely fueled on our viewers and our super chats. Everything, all that fuels the channel. So thank you so much. We appreciate all you guys.
Yeah, and back to Bobby, who just gave us that super chat. He did ask, what are some good bend but don't break defenses? I think kickers who play those defenses would be a good start. Well, we can start with the Green Bay Packers who are playing tonight. So if you have Daniel Carlson, I would be optimistic that he'll have a good game. Basically, I don't know if you guys have ever watched the franchise guy or that franchise guy.
Very, very good channel.
He is very, very good. He has a lot of good things to say about Fangio-style defenses specifically, who play a lot of two high safeties, bend, don't break, don't allow the big play. And that ends up resulting in a lot of teams being able to push the ball downfield through small chunks. And if that's the case tonight, with Joe Barry's defense, if history is anything, I think Vegas could have a pretty good night, especially Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, agree with you.
I've got a thing too, just me being math man.
Math.
Yeah, I mean, offenses that have low red zone, touchdown rates, like that's another route you can go.
Yeah, yes.
Which there is some overlap there between the bend don't break defense.
Yeah. I mean, it's why Carlson has been a top 3 kicker the last 2 years. So I think he finished his first overall a couple years ago too.
Yeah.
Next question. Team is Kirk Cousins, Bijan Gibbs, AJB. We're not going to read the whole team. I'm 1-4 and need a lot of help. Any players I should trade for or away?
Good question.
Let's trade away Laporta.
Yes.
If you can get anything of significant value for Laporta, tight ends, I mean, if you don't have a top 3 producing tight end, it does not matter. And yes, Laporta's been producing, he's been showing out, but you're in desperation mode at 1-4. You can afford just spamming tight end every single week off waivers.
Yeah, for sure.
Any other guys you're seeing there? Tank Dell, not very consistent. I would move off him.
Who are your quarterbacks? You got Love and Kirk Cousins. Move off of one of them.
Move off
same
one
tier.
Of them. Yep.
Yeah, good question. All right, we got some super chats. Let's jump up. UTN, hey, good to see you, UTN. Thanks for joining us tonight, and we appreciate your support, my friend. I'm on the fence. Okay, homie, someone offered me Mike Evans and Bijan for my Keenan Allen.
Yes.
Damian Pierce and Romeo Doubs. You are now off the fence. You should go to your sleeper app or wherever you're playing. You should accept that trade right now.
Yep.
Because let's break down this trade one by one. So you are getting Mike Evans,
player.
who has been, while Mike Evans has been probably producing at a rate that's not going to continue, you're now buying Mike Evans low because Mike Evans is out.
Yep.
It says out next to his name.
Yep.
And so you're buying him low, and he's been very, very good this year, so we like that. You're buying Bijan, who is, again, as we've already discussed in this live stream, he is one of the premier players in football and fantasy football, and we think he's going to have a consistently good season this year. Not to mention Tyler Algier has been less of a factor than we predicted, so that has been good. Giving away Keenan Allen. You could could argue that Keenan Allen, same boat as Mike Evans, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the sense that he has produced a ton to start the year. Will he produce that way the rest of the year? Probably not. But then Pierce has been one of the most inefficient running backs in the league. And Romeo Doubs, he's been great. We love him. We say buy him. He's in a trade like this, you're getting Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
You take the best player.
Yes.
You're not going to win your fantasy leagues here with depth guys. You're going to win your fantasy leagues
Ceiling
with star power and ceiling.
Yep.
So
Completely
anything to add
agree.
to that?
No, you literally said everything I was going to say.
We're on the same page.
So
UTN, again, thank you for the support, my friend. We really appreciate having you on. We love having you on these streams. So I'll let you take the next one.
Jamal Jones says, should I trade Karma and Taylor for Jefferson? I had Chubb and I have Aaron Jones. Great question. Just like we said previously, you usually take, more often than not, you're taking the best player in the deal. Your situation is a little bit different because you had Chubb and you have Aaron Jones, who looks like he may be struggling with his hamstring for a significant amount of time. It may be nagging him all season. I would be interested to know what other running backs you have past Kamara and Jonathan Taylor. I mean, if you had Chubb and Jones and Taylor and Kamara, you got to be really short at running back if you're going to be trading away Kamara and Taylor. I mean, guys that I'm probably not comfortable starting after those guys. And with Justin Jefferson, obviously he's the best player in this deal. But when you're looking at the upside of Kamara in the Saints offense and JT, whose snap share is going to increase after he got a huge contract and is going to overtake Zach Moss, and now he's going to get all of the rushing in that offense because AR is going to be out for a significant amount of time, I think I'm going to go with the Kamara and JT side. If those are the running backs you have, I would hold those guys.
Now, if you do have some running back depth there and you can afford to give up those guys, then we're taking the best player in the deal here. We're taking Justin Jefferson. Again, it's going to depend on your full roster, but given the guys that you've said that you have in Chubb and Aaron Jones, and the guy that's number 1 out for the year, number 2 have been struggling with injury.
I would just assume that you're really sparse.
You're probably
at running
struggling,
back.
and
Yeah.
I think the guy probably, I think you should probably hold there. But again, if you do have some serviceable running backs, we can see making that trade. Again, appreciate it, Jamel Jones. And we're going to jump up to Griffin's comment here. Griffin, thank you so much for the super chat, my friend. Love having you on the stream. Thank you for joining us. Let us know if you need anything at all. Let's go ahead and answer your question here. Kittle and Lockett. Okay, so Kittle with a 3-touchdown game last night. Hat-trick touchdown. Kittle and Lockett for Ayuk, Addison, and Moss. So
Ayuk, limited ceiling. Addison, limited ceiling. Moss, going to get less and less work.
So, I mean, I think naturally, like, number one, tight end, you can stream tight end. So that Kittle is great, but Kittle's also been inconsistent this year.
Very inconsistent.
And you can stream tight end.
Yep.
Lockett, on the other hand, I think Lockett is a buy right now. Like, we have him on a video this week. We think he is a buy right now. I'm not going to lie here. I think I'm going to lean the package.
So am I.
Because
I want to play the long game here.
Yes.
Because we are going to die on this hill, man. We are still believers in JSN. And while we'd love Tyler Lockett as a talent and as a fantasy asset, Addison's only going to get better. And Ayuk, with the injury history of everyone in that offense, there's only going to be so much longer that all of these guys are playing together at the same time. And anytime you plug Ayuk in, there's a chance that he blows up, chance that he doesn't. You never know. I mean, Lockett's been relatively inconsistent too.
True.
So I go the package. I would go the package as well.
Yeah. Great question. Thank you again for your super chat. Thanks for your support. Let's jump down to Sloan's question. Sloan, appreciate the super chat, my friend. Thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate your support. And let's get into your question here. So you say you are 1-4. That stinks. Let's help you out. We're in that position a little bit ourselves. Stevenson, Williams, Gibbs, Ford, Madison. Okay. CD, Puka, Rashee Rice, Michael Wilson, Tank Dell. Okay. Kelsey, Henry, eyeing Logan Thomas, and Gabe Davis on the waivers. Okay, so it's probably a shower league here. Any other thoughts on how to improve? All right, good question. Number 1, think from your running back room, Jerome Ford, Alexander Madison, and Jahmyr Gibbs are all guys that you could move. Anybody who's interested in any of those 3 running backs, I think I'm comfortable even selling 2 of those. I think there are waiver replacement guys that will be as good as that. If Gabe Davis is on the waivers in your league, I guarantee that's true. Gabe Davis, by the way, is an absolute must-target for you. Yes, you should be targeting Gabe Davis for sure. In your wide receiver position, I do think your wide receivers could use a little bit of help, and I think Gabe Davis would drastically help that because he would really plug in as your most consistent wide receiver 3 here, and that is good. You've got CD and Puka, so you've got great star power at the top. Rashee Rice is great, and we love him as a stash. However, he is a rookie, and he's playing on the Chiefs, and, Patrick Mahomes likes to spread the ball around. And then you've got Michael Wilson and Tank Dell, and those are, again, great guys, but more, flex them on some weeks, don't flex them on others. So, again, and then Henry. Who's Henry? Oh, that's Hunter
I would
Henry.
assume that's Hunter Henry.
So then you've got Kelsey and Henry. Look, honestly, if you're 1-4, we're trading Travis Kelsey right now.
Yeah, because then you can just grab Logan Thomas. You can spam tight ends. That's probably fine. I will say, if you're going to package together two of those running backs that some people may be high on, a running back that people are very low on right now is Joseph Mixon, who has been getting plenty of volume. We just want you to get a guy that's going to get consistent volume, that's going to get a lot of opportunities in the red zone. And if you watch that Cardinals game yesterday, he literally got 4 opportunities at the goal line to punch the ball in. And that offensive line is so bad that he literally couldn't get the ball in. You could blame it on Mixon, but at some point you have to assume that he's going to get the ball in the end zone.
Yes.
And he's getting the opportunities. I don't think they're going to stop giving him those opportunities. And once Joe Burrow can move more, and he moved a lot better yesterday than he has all season, I think that'll open up the field again for Mixon to be able to show out a bit more. That would be a really, really good ceiling move for you to just raise your upside at running back.
Absolutely. So the waiver claims are great. There are some trade whatever that's the word I'm looking for. Trade candidates for you. There we go. And we gave you some targets as well. So Sloan, again, I appreciate the super chat, my friend. Hope that helped. Drop any more questions you have. And again, guys, make sure you drop a like on this video if you haven't already. Let's get to 50 likes. We have 50 people watching. Let's get to 50 likes. And again, we're going to go through and answer every single question. So if you got a start sit question, matchup, trade, waiver, anything, drop it in the comments. We've been answering a lot of super chats, so we are way, way behind. So we're going to jump back.
Sub number up too.
And let's get that sub number up also. Yeah. So we are way behind. We're going to jump back up to the top here. And if you have a question and would like to jump the line, super chats are going to do that. But Hakuna Matata is...
Wait for it. What? Hakuna Matata. 69.
Nice.
Trade Garrett Wilson for Kenneth Walker? ? I still have Devonta Smith, Adams, and Waddle. Yes.
Virtual
I
high
am
five.
Definitely doing that.
69.
If you're able to get rid of Garrett Wilson for Kenneth Walker, that's just a floor that you're much more comfortable with. Sucks for Garrett Wilson because we love him. But in fantasy, not as much as Kenneth Walker.
All right, so Jeremiah says 10-team non-PPR. I have a stacked lineup, and I want an upgrade at wide receiver 2. Breece Hall is on my bench. Is Breece Hall and Jalen Waddle for Cooper Kupp too much to pay? The answer there is going to be probably yes. I think I'm going to keep the Breece Hall and Jalen Waddle side, and I think you're going to agree with that.
Yes, I agree completely.
So Max from Hawaii is also on. What's up, Max? He says he's high on Bijan. Drafted him 7th in a 10-man league. Yeah, I think
that's where
he was going in a lot of best ball leagues too, and he was good there. So that's good value, and you're right to be high on him. Go ahead.
Oreo times 4. What is your favorite type of Oreo? I have 87.04. My opponent has 90.1. I have Josh Jacobs. My opponent has Jordan Love. Who wins full PPR? So you want a little prediction here. I got to go with the running back here who's playing a Fangio defense. I'm going to go with Josh Jacobs. I'll go with your team. Best of luck to you, my man. Only down 3. I think Josh Jacobs outproduces Jordan Love tonight.
I agree with you there. Let's jump up into our super chat here. Forgive me if I do not pronounce your name right, but I believe that would be Themis.
Themis.
No, it's definitely not Themis. It's Themis. Thanks for joining us, my friend. Oh, look, a super chat with a Dynasty question. Yeah, you are in our hearts now.
Language.
Dynasty 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, 3 flex. Tua, Fields, great quarterbacks there.
Yep.
I want to know if it's a super flex actually.
That's important.
Yeah, Hawk, Pollard, Etienne, and Eckler. What in the world? Olave, Kirk, Hopkins. And 324 first. Should I make a move or keep for depth? Oh, man.
With as many contending assets as you have right now, I would move your picks.
Yeah.
Move your picks.
And we don't say that lightly, but again, like, you've got a killer team, my friend.
Let's bolster your wide receivers, man. Your running backs. How can you get any better at running back this season with Pollard, Etienne, Eckler?
He's got Tyreek Hill and Chris Olave and Christian Kirk.
Well, that's true. How do you even... Goodness.
I mean, look, there are going to be... So maybe what I would do is I would wait because you're going to have these teams that think they're contending and they're going to have to rebuild. You'll probably get some assets cheaper. So since you've got so much leverage with those first-round picks, just wait. And then once they start putting those guys on the block, you might be able to go get a stud or 2 to put in your starting lineup and just have a crazy juggernaut team.
Yep.
And that's what I would be doing. So I think you should make a move. I think you're not keeping all those first the rest of the season, but you keep your own. But... we're going to wait until some of those pretenders flake out. So, again, Themis, thank you so much for your comment. We really appreciate you, man. Appreciate your support. Let's jump up to Jacob. Jacob, you've got a question for us. Thank you again for your super chat, my friend. We really appreciate you guys. We really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. Let's get through and answer your question here. 8-man. Full PPR, you got 1 flex. I'm 2 and 3 with Josh Allen, Austin Eckler, Travis Etienne, Lamb, Devonta Smith, Ayuk, Ferguson, Henry, Connor, James Cook, Pacheco, Hopkins, and Jacoby Myers. Okay? Yeah, keeping in mind this is an 8-team, so that is a stacked team. Any rest of season tips for trades and etc. All right, so let's look through this entire roster here.
I know right away why you're 2 and 3, and that's because Eckler hasn't been playing.
Correct.
He'll be back.
And 2 and 3 is not bad for an Eckler-less team.
No, it's not.
No.
Is that Derrick Henry, or it's right after Ferguson? So I'm wondering if it's Hunter Henry.
Yeah,
I think it's Hunter Henry.
Yeah,
but it's right by James Conner.
That's true.
But he said it after his tight end.
I bet it's Hunter.
So it's probably Hunter Henry.
Let us know, Jacob.
Yeah. Regardless, your running back room is great. You've got Connor, James Cook, Eckler, Etienne. Let's look at some ceiling pick here, because in an 8-man full PPR, you are just spamming upside in every single deal. When you're going and you're trying to get a championship, just go with upside, upside, upside everywhere, man. And I mean, I'm looking right here and I'm going, okay, Hopkins just had a really big week. That's not going to happen consistently because of the passing volume he gets in Tennessee. And Jacoby Myers as a wide receiver 2 in the Vegas offense, he's been showing out, but pair those 2 guys together and get a higher upside wide receiver. Get a higher upside running back. Same kind of thing with James Cook and Pacheco. If you could go on the running back side there, pair those 2 guys together. Some sort of combination with those last 4 guys that you have there for a team that's maybe rebuilding, for a team that thinks they need depth in an 8-man full PPR. Capitalize on that opportunity. You just got to raise your ceiling here.
Yeah, 100% agree with you there.
Any guys that you could see him targeting in an 8-man with those guys, with James Cook, Pacheco, Hopkins, and Jacoby Myers?
I think Ramondre Stevenson would be a good target there.
I'll keep saying Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon, I think, is a great. We should have honestly put Joe Mixon in our video this week.
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett potentially would be a good one. I like him as a buy low right now. The other guys are probably too expensive, so I'd lean those guys. But yeah, that's a really good team, man. And honestly, I think if you get Eckler back at full strength with that team,
Ayuk would be the strongest asset that you could trade away for a significant package. So
significant package. Yeah, I definitely agree. And like I said, if you can get Eckler back with that team, I think you're going to be sitting pretty. So again, thank you so much, Jacob, for your super chat. Really appreciate it, my friend. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Let's go back up to the top here. We'll start way up here, and we'll start working our way down.
Max says Amari and Cup for JT and Puka? ? Oh, I'm gonna go with Amari and Cup here.
Okay.
Slight edge to Amari and Cup. I think even though Puka outproduced Cup this week, it was by a slight margin. It was because he got the touchdown. I think Cup is going to get more volume for the rest of the season, and Amari is going to really show out. What side would you take there? It is close. And I almost want to lean JT because of the running back landscape right now.
I'll go Amari and Cup as well. I think Cooper Kupp's the best player here. And I mean, Cooper Kupp had like 8 points in his first drive. He's just a cheat code. If he's healthy, he's a fantasy cheat code. So I'll go Kupp side as well.
Yep. Jaleel says, what's up again?
What is up?
Should I sell Higgins for Devonta Smith straight up? Yes. Sounds like an easy yes by the names, but if you look deeper, I think it's still a yes. LOL. Yes, we agree with you there. We are not very high on C. Higgins. We never were. I just don't. Even though Devonta Smith is still kind of inconsistent just because of the state of that team, having that many weapons in Goddard, A.J. Brown, Swift, Devonta Smith, I'm still more comfortable owning Devonta this year than I am with Higgins. I mean, Higgins has been getting a lot of volume, and he has not been capitalizing on that volume. Anytime Devonta Smith is even given the chance, he's taking advantage of it. So, I mean, trust the guy who has produced as a wide receiver 1 already.
Yep.
Higgins has never done that before.
Correct.
Next question. Gamble got offered Puka, Waddle, and James Conner. For Eckler and Pitts, should I accept? Dude, what league are you in? I would love to join it. Absolutely taking that deal. Well done.
Yep.
Absolutely well done.
Good job. Finding Jesus Christ says, last question, boys. You can ask as many questions as you want, man. We love it. Thanks for the feedback. What are your thoughts on Gabe Davis rest of the season? Hold or sell? We're going to go hold on this one, don't you think? I don't think he's worth enough to sell. I don't think people are high enough on Gabe Davis to sell.
He may be.
I guess it just depends on what you get.
He may be with this streak, man.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So I guess that's a good point because
how many weeks in a row with a touchdown?
I think it's all 5.
4.
Or is it 4?
It's been 4.
That's enough.
Touchdowns are volatile, so we know that for sure. Touchdowns are volatile, and he's not going to get a touchdown every game. And the games where he's not getting touchdown, except for last week, hasn't really been getting a lot of targets either. So I'd lean sell with a little bit of hold in there. So definitely not buying.
It's going to be very situational there.
A good question.
If you have people that are really high on him and willing to say like, oh, he's going to do it for the rest of the season, they're willing to pay like that, then go ahead and do it for a guy that gets safer, more consistent volume.
Yeah.
Bobby says,
well, we did not.
Yep. Scooby says, need 33 from Devontae, revenge game tonight. Oh, I didn't even think about that, dude.
I mean,
it's a revenge game.
Of course, it's not likely, but it's always possible with Devontae.
Always is.
Always is.
Max says, so here's the situation. I want to upgrade my running backs. B-Rob, White, Stevenson. I am so sorry. Amari Cooper is my wide receiver 4. Good. 12-man PPR 2 flex. Man, dude, nice. JT owner countered my offer with Cup, Amari for JT Puka. So this is off of the deal that he asked us earlier. So I think you heard our answer there. We're still going to go with Amari and Cup there. If you could get a piece, what would move the needle there for you?
So he says he's working on another trade to potentially trade for Olave to replace Amari. So
I would be more comfortable with that.
So
that would probably be enough for me to go JT Puka.
Then we can go JT Puka, and if you know you have that Olave deal in place, yeah, you're doing that. I'm comfortable with that.
Yep.
Again, guys, we're going to go through all these comments. Super chats are going to jump the line, but we are way up the list right now. Drop your comment, drop your question. We're going to get to all of them. So Kevin says, thank you. Keep up the great work. Kevin, you are very welcome. Finding Jesus Christ says, take it, bruv. JT finna go off.
I would love to see him go off.
Yeah.
For sure. And he definitely has a better chance to, just when it comes to touchdown volume perspective because of Anthony Richardson being out.
There's our guy, Video Walkthroughs. What's up, Video Walkthroughs? What's up, guys? I'm a little concerned with my wide receivers. So 10-man PPR, 2 flex spots. He has Herbert and Stroud. Okay. Who are your wide receivers, though? That's what I want to know. So let us know who your wide receivers are.
He says CMC, Jacobs, A-Chain, Stevenson, Ridley.
Oh, okay, I see it now.
Garrett Wilson, Devonta Smith, T. Higgins, Marvin Mims, Quentin Johnson, Jordan Addison, Laporta, and Ertz. Any suggestions for trades to go after? Let's get Laporta off your roster. You're fine with Zach Ertz. Let's pair Laporta with a guy like T. Higgins, and let's go get an elite wide receiver.
Hey, just a reminder, guys, if you spam the same message I'm putting, I'll put you in timeout, and I just had to do that. So don't spam because you're not going to get to you any quicker. Thank you. All right. Anna said, let's get those likes up. Anna, thank you so much. Glad you're on. Ryan, between my bench, I have Higgins, Dubs, Akers, Herbert, Dotson, Hollywood, Brown, and Pitts. Any trades I can do for a better tight end? I wouldn't trade for a better tight end. I would waiver who the best available tight end is, and after that, I'd stream.
Very rarely am I ever trading for tight ends.
Yeah, we just think there are so many other options that you could be trading for.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, tight end is such a crapshoot this year that we're gonna lean to stream there. So
yeah, we got a couple. We got to go back up. Yep. Griffin says Kittle and Lockett for Ayuk, Addison, and Moss. I have Laporta. I think we already answered this question. He has Laporta though, and we did not know that. So yeah, I would do the Ayuk, Addison, and Moss side. Yeah. Jaleel says, also, I think I've asked this before, but did I get fleece giving Madison, Rashad White, and Laporta for Jacobs last week? Absolutely not.
No, you did not.
Been thinking about this, and the dude in my team maybe wants to overturn it.
No, you're good.
If you're in a league where someone is overturning a deal like that,
leave
the league.
It's bad, dude.
Rarely ever advocate for vetoing trades unless there's clear collusion. This is like Patrick Mahomes for Jordan Love in a first collusion. Like that's collusion. But rarely ever are we doing that. Hi. Says, should I trade Zach Moss? And if so, who should I target?
Are we still trading Zach Moss right now?
Yeah. Dude.
I'd say so.
Yes.
I mean, he had 33 last week.
And Jonathan Taylor.
It's just hard because I don't even think you're going to get what he's going to do, even when Jonathan Taylor comes back. I don't think anybody's going to pay anything for him because of the deal. I mean, if
you can get like James Conner for him, who's injured right now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But I don't think anybody's doing that. I mean, I guess if you can get you need to get starting caliber guy. If someone's giving you somebody flexible,
if someone's giving you a bench warmer that you can almost never start, just hold Zach Moss. We'll answer it like that.
Yeah.
UTN says, y'all are awesome. Appreciate you, my man, and appreciate your support as well. Next question here is going to be from Crypto Don Juan.
Crypto Don Juan.
What's up, guys? Hit that like button.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you. I'm on Celtics. Says, full PPR league. Do I trade Mostert and Gabe Davis for Keenan Allen? Yes, I would do that. My running backs are Brees, Swift, Walker. Wide receivers are CD, Pittman, McLaurin. You can absolutely afford to lose Mostert at running back, and you definitely could use Keenan Allen.
You're making
right
that trade no matter who your wide receivers are. That's a great trade. Good job.
Anthony says, should I start Dubs or Watson tonight? This is $1 million question. We're going to go with Romeo Dubs. Romeo Dubs is going to be our guy tonight. He had 13 targets last week and playing a defense that isn't super good, and Watson works best as a deep threat, so he may get a touchdown. But Romeo Dubs is going to get more volume.
I do want to skip to the bottom here real quick because Aiden's on, and Aiden had a question for you, Nathan. He asked if you like Wendy's.
Do I like Wendy's?
Yeah.
Why does he ask?
Well, he's a big Wendy's guy.
What are you at? Why?
He's a big Wendy's advocate.
Why is he laughing?
I don't know. I think he just thinks it's random. But
okay.
I guess he's just asking.
I don't mind it. I'll go there every once in a while and get like a chicken sandwich, but I don't eat anything outside of the chicken sandwich there.
Let's
maybe a Frosty.
These nuts. That's why I'm
You
laughing.
just took that from Aiden. Let's see if Aiden pops back in with another comment. All right, let's jump back
Holy smokes, dude.
up. Where are we at?
I am at.
Somebody said, "Oh no." Don't fall for it.
Too late.
Josh Palmer or Quentin Johnston. We're going to go with, if you're talking rest of season, we'll still go Josh Palmer. Danny says, "What? I didn't even fall for it, did I? No, what did I say?"
I guess I do. I like the chicken sandwich.
Well, yeah, he asked me. Okay, whatever. Never mind. Okay. Danny
All
said.
the viewers are leaving.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
gosh.
sorry, everybody.
Danny says, do you think I still win? I'm up 5 and have Josh Jacobs to play, but are facing Tay, DP, and I get the dub. This is from Danny. Do I think you win having Josh Jacobs up 5? Who's Tay?
Devontae Adams.
Oh, who's DP?
I don't know.
If it's just Devontae Adams,
He's facing Tay. Do you think I get the? It's due.
if you're up 5,
It's meant to say do.
oh, gotcha. If you're up 5 and you have Jacobs,
probably win.
I think you win.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yep.
Gerard says in Dynasty, what wide receivers would you be comfortable sending away Gibbs for? Nico,
Annie.
Addison,
Either.
etc. No. I would just hold Gibbs in Dynasty because nobody likes him at this
Oh,
point.
in Dynasty. Oh, I thought you said fantasy.
At this point, nobody likes him, and
Correct.
you're just stuck with him. Let's jump up. We got a
Super
super
chat.
chat here from, of course, Brandon. Thank you, my friend. Should I trade Taylor? So this is Jonathan Taylor for Marquise Brown and Eckler.
And Marquise Brown.
For Eckler, and either Dubs, Ayuk, or Ferguson. I have no tight end or Saquon instead of Eckler. You have no tight end. I don't care. Tight end's fine. Pick up a waiver guy.
So basically, Dubs or Ayuk for a combination of Eckler
No.
or Saquon.
So Eckler, yeah.
Eckler or Saquon and
So I would
Dubs
go
or
Ayuk.
Ayuk.
I would go Ayuk. So Eckler and Ayuk, or Saquon and Ayuk for Taylor and Marquise Brown.
Dubs has been more consistent than Ayuk.
Yeah, true. But
Like a lot more.
I know, but market value too. Like if he wants to retrade Ayuk.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm probably gonna lean.
It's a close deal.
That's really, really close for me. I'll probably lean the Eckler side there. I'll probably lean Eckler just because I think Eckler is pretty much a guarantee to come back and produce this season. And with JT, I mean, obviously now he's not going to have Anthony Richardson. The Colts are going to be a lot less dynamic than they were going to be. And also he's working his way back from not playing in a while.
That helps his volume, though, man. I mean, the way Steichen's been drawing up Moss with Gardner Minshew in the game is like, I mean, he's making Moss look amazing.
True, but I mean, again, Anthony Richardson would help Jonathan Taylor, I think, from a production standpoint. Because then defenses have to worry about both of them. So I'm going to go Eckler there.
Except he's not vulturing touchdowns. So I would still, it's funny I'm arguing this with you because I would still lean Eckler. Because that's still, I think.
And I'd take Eckler over Saquon.
With either one of those wide receivers, you're going to have a higher ceiling than Marquise Brown.
Yes.
So, yeah.
All right, jump back up.
Scrolling.
Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you, man.
Yep. Donnie says, Dynasty League, in parentheses, have good running back depth. Which would you rather trade away? James Cook or Brian Robinson? Need to upgrade wide receiver position. Brian Robinson all day. Brian Robinson is in a worse situation. Brian Robinson is a less talented running back than James Cook. and he doesn't have as much receiving upside as James Cook. So if you're able to upgrade the wide receiver position by moving off Brian Robinson for someone who's a big believer in him, I would absolutely capitalize on that. Go get a rookie wide receiver that is kind of not as valued right now. Maybe a Josh Downs, maybe a Jaden Reed, Michael Wilson plus. I'm happy with all of those. Danny says, do you think I still win?
Already did that one. Jump to Robert.
Robert says, full PPR, week 6 start, Javonte or Madison? We're going to go Madison until Javonte is fully healthy and we know what his volume is actually going to look like, because he has yet to not be on the snap count that he's been on since he started the year, and Jaleel McLaughlin's been showing out. So I trust Madison's consistent volume more than I do Javonte's, because it's not consistent. I need 21 points from Jordan Love to win tonight. Do you think he will get over or under that? 21 points. I mean, the way he's been performing this year, I've got to go over. He had the worst game of his...
And the Raiders suck, so, I mean, there's also that.
He played very poorly last week against the Lions, and he still put up 17 points.
Yeah.
And it's against the Raiders. So, yeah, I go over 21.
All right. Guys, real quick, we're going to be on here for 20 more minutes, maybe max, because we're going to go watch Monday Night Football. So if you have a question, we are working our way through this list. So drop any question you have. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you get that number to go up to, we're trying to get to 4K this week. Let's get to 4K this week. But again, we're going to work
4K by Sunday.
So if you have a question you really need answered, your super chat will have you jump the line. But we're going to go through and answer every single one we can right now. So. Where are we at?
Crime Lord 69.
Henry.
Oh, yeah, he just said Hunter Henry. Crime Lord 69. Nice. 10-team, full PPR, 1 QB, 1 keeper league. I have Fields, Bijan, JT, Eckler, Ridley, Adams, Waddle, Andrews, Monty, Watson, Ford, and Hopkins. I said Andrews, Monty, and Ford for Kelsey. Thoughts? Honestly, Crime Lord 69, I would have probably taken the Monty side there.
I would have as well.
Just because David Montgomery's balling out so much. But Kelsey, I mean, if Kelsey comes in at the end of the year and completely dominates like he's capable of, you win that trade.
Yep.
So we're going to have to wait to be seen. David says, thoughts on Ramondre Stevenson the rest of the season?
Great question.
He's a buy.
We have a video coming out about it this week.
He's
actually a couple, I think.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Ray Gamer says, need Watson to pop off tonight. 40-yard touchdown would give me 12 points in a play up by 1.54. Okay, that's good. I'm glad you haven't been thinking about this all day. I have Watson, and they have Adams in standard. Wow, holy crap. Have lost by 5 or less points in the last 2 weeks and since Chubb. That is really unfortunate. You sound like you have my luck, dude. That is bad.
And Barkley injury.
Good luck, man. I really hope you win. I've got some results lining up tonight. I lost by 0.7 points. So, Ray Gamer says, and Barkley injury. Yeah, that sounds like a bad fantasy season.
David says, thoughts on Garrett Wilson? He's still a must start every week.
No. We have him in sits videos as often as we have him in start videos.
Well, he's in a start. Not every single week. I think he's a start this week, though.
He's a start this week.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure. I don't think he's a must start every week.
No.
He's a guy that you're comfortable flexing him because of the talent level. He's a good flex option, but you can't. He's not like set it and leave it. Yeah, not by any means.
Yep. Ray Gamer says, you think I should try trading Barkley and Moss for Eckler? Yes, I would do that for as bad as the Giants' offense looks right now.
And he said,
I would do that.
He said, not what running backs you think I could get. I think Eckler's a good one to aim for. I think Bijan would be a good one to aim for there. So,
yeah. Yep.
Bobby says, I'm up 70. Okay. Opponent has Jacobs, Myers, Carlson. I'm low-key nervous in full PBR. No, dude, don't be nervous.
Jacobs could go off.
They're not.
Man.
If Jacobs gets that many points, man, we're going to be talking about something else. But no, Bobby, you're good, man. You're good. Giovanni says,
knock on the wood.
I dropped Moss since I have JT. Okay, I have first pick and waiver. Should I pick him back up and try to trade? Yes. Good. That's good strategy. If you can trade and get anything, do it. Riley says, would you move Nico Collins for T. Higgins? Yes.
Yeah, I probably would.
Yes. Aiden asked about Wendy's. David said, you don't get it. Wendy's, Nathan?
Hilarious.
CMC for Waddle, Hall, Herbert. I can't believe you fell for that. That's so funny. Do I take it? QB is Fields, Herbert, wide receiver, Allen, Waddle, Lockett, Puka, Marquise Brown. Jeez, running back, Hall, Henry Pollard. My goodness, 2. Holy cow. Okay, so you're getting CMC for Waddle on that team? Wow. Whoo. I think on that team I might take it. With Pollard and Henry still, and you still have Keenan Allen, Puka, Marquise Brown. Nathan, what do you think? This is really, really fascinating, this trade.
I gotta go CMC.
Dude, I think we're taking CMC. That's crazy. Riley says need 36 from Love and Watson tonight. Possible. Christian Watson would probably have to score a touchdown for that.
Very possible.
Emil says Baconator from Wendy's is the best. You also fell for that. God XBDD. What should I do with Drake London? Okay, I got him benched since week 2. I got AJ Brown, Jalen Waddle, Nico Collins already. So what should you do?
Hold him.
Just hold him, man.
Yeah, I'd start starting London over Collins because Collins is very inconsistent, like any other receiver in Houston. They got to show multiple weeks of producing until we really know who's reliable in Houston. But until then, count on London's consistent volume for sure.
So if I made these trades, which side is better, says Max? JT, Puka, Olave, or White, Amari, Stevenson, and Cup. Trying to also get White, Stevenson for Olave trade. Yeah, the first one would be better, or that one would be better. But on that side, I'm going to go JT, Puka, and Olave, I think.
Yeah, I would go JT, Puka, and Olave as well. I agree.
All right,
Jay says, do you guys rate James Conner rest of the season? And is he worth going for as a buy low candidate? I have a hard time ever seeing James Conner not being a buy low personally because he's kind of treated as a running back that's in a bad offense with not quality volume, but he's showed out every time he's played. And yeah, this knee injury is a little bit concerning, but it doesn't seem to be like it'll be super long term, and there's no one behind him. So once he's back, his role is automatically going to be restored, and he's going to continue to get checkdowns and a lot of receiving usage in that offense while Josh Dobbs is playing. So I like that situation.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. David says Dalton Schultz or Logan Thomas if Kelsey does not play on Thursday.
Dalton Schultz or Logan Thomas? I'll go Logan Thomas.
I will go Logan Thomas as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Magnolia says traded Pollard and Sutton for Aaron Jones and Puka full PPR. Thoughts? Well done.
Well done. Good job.
I like that. Robert says, thanks, guys. No problem. Next question. Do you think I should drop Tyler Algier or keep him in case Bijan gets injured? I have Bijan. Let's not waste a roster spot in fantasy
on Tyler Algier.
On Tyler Algier.
I already dropped him too.
Or just wasting a spot on someone or assuming that there's a chance that the other guy gets injured. It's just a waste of a roster spot where you're never really going to have a chance to start him unless that injury occurs. Like, why not spend that on a guy who you could start any given moment when your other players are on bye, and you can use them as trade leverage. Like, you can't ever use Algier as trade leverage, and it is what it is. Jesus says, do you think Dallas Goedert will be a solid tight end going forward? Yeah,
yes.
We do. I think it'll be somewhere between what he did this past week versus what he did the first 4 weeks, so 12 to 15 points. I mean, he's a very, very good tight end in a very good offense with plenty of opportunity from Jalen Hurts. And as that offense continues to get better and kind of get their chemistry going, I think Dallas Goedert will benefit from that.
Brandon, our friend, says, Keenan Allen value. What players do you see equal? All right, this is interesting. Let me pull up my rankings for you real quick. Again, if you want our rankings, flockfantasy.com/domain. I'm going to pull up my personal fantasy rankings. We're going to see the guys. I mean, honestly, right now, Keenan Allen is producing at a wide receiver one, the wide receiver one level right now.
Yep.
So I think you're going to have to aim high if you're really going to look at selling off of Keenan Allen. But that said, any of those second round tier, like, are you doing Keenan Allen or Jalen Waddle?
Probably Allen.
Olave or Allen?
Allen.
So, I mean, what's the cutoff for you? Like, who would you actually trade him for?
I want one of those top 7
Devontae Adams.
Receivers.
I mean, I would
want
take Adams.
I want AJ Brown. I want CD.
AJ Brown, that's a good one. CD Lamb
Lamb
is a good one.
Yep.
CD Lamb's a good one because he's kind of a buy low right now. So, I do think he does have value. Is his value wide receiver one overall? No, but those are some guys in the same range that we would definitely be targeting. So, Brandon, appreciate you, my friend. All right. Oh, I don't know where we're at. So.
Oh, I gotcha.
Thanks.
Mike says, chat. Would you trade away Devonta Smith for Amari and Miles Sanders? Absolutely doing that. I'd take Amari over Devonta Smith straight up. Giovanni says, Josh Allen, Jacobs, JT Chase, D-Hop, Scary Terry, etc. 12-man PPR going to be 2 and 3, so I feel stuck. And okay, thank you.
Yeah.
So you feel stuck at 2 and 3. You've got Scary Terry and D-Hop. I'll tell you right now, you have JT, Jacobs. That's a great running back room. You have Chase, great wide receiver. You have a Lockett, that's a great wide receiver. Let's get some combination of D-Hop, Terry, and Christian Watson. Move those guys off for a more consistent, higher ceiling wide receiver, and then you'll be golden.
Another super chat here. Brandon, our friend, says, would you do, this is an interesting one, JT and Diggs for Keenan Allen and CMC? I'm trying to trade for Allen and CMC. Dude,
yes,
I'm doing that so fast you have no ideas.
Yep.
And here's why. Obviously, Stephon Diggs is tearing it up this season. But so is Keenan Allen. When you're looking at them from a production standpoint, they're fairly similar right now. They've been fairly neck and neck. And then you're talking about JT and CMC. You're getting Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to let you guys in on a little spoiler alert. Pretty much any trade where we are getting Christian McCaffrey, for the most part, we are taking that. There was an exception to that earlier, but at the same time, Christian McCaffrey is a complete league winner. We could see, like we have said earlier this year and throughout the year, I don't know how you even win without him. So that is a fairly, you look at it production-wise, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. But, man, you get Christian McCaffrey 100%. So, Brandon, thank you for Super Chat, my friend. Happy to have you join us. I'll let you get the next one from our friend Yeet.
Yeet. 0-5. Dude, I am so sorry.
It's not over.
Incredibly unfortunate. It is not over.
I mean, it might be.
No. Non-PPR. This is interesting. Non-PPR. True. Standard scoring, 16-team league. Woo. I can either start 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers or 3 running backs and 1 wide receiver. Who should I start? My running backs are Jonathan Taylor, Kenneth Walker, Kyron Williams, and my wide receivers are Addison, Nico, and Ridley. I can tell you right off the bat, you're going to want to start all 3 running backs.
All 3 running backs and Calvin Ridley. That's the answer. And look, I mean, with the running backs, like I think our answer would be different if you had some like super duper high end wide receivers here. But Addison is a wide receiver 2. Nico Collins, we don't know what he is because there's different wide receiver 1 there every single week. And Ridley is really the only like true fringe wide receiver 1 there is, but he's getting out targeted right now by Christian Kirk. So we really are only super duper like must start Calvin Ridley. And so when you have 3 starting running backs, JT, Kenneth Walker, Kyron Williams, we're comfortable starting those guys. Now, if this is just for next week, Nathan, does your opinion change because JT will continue to be on a snap count?
Yeah, so I'm just looking at the matchups here, trying to see who the Vikings are. The Vikings are playing the Bears, and J-Jeff is banged up. So let's bench Jonathan Taylor, who's still on the snap count, and let's start Jordan Addison. Addison is going to ball, especially if J-Jeff is questionable going into this weekend, which I would assume he probably will be at least limited this week, and Addison could reap the benefits.
So we have a short-term answer and a long-term. Long-term, we're going to be looking to start those 3 guys every week. They have great ceiling for running backs. Short-term, I mean, Addison's great short-term, and so is Ridley. So, again, that's kind of both of our answers on both sides of that. But, Yeet, we appreciate the Super Chat, man. Thank you so much for tuning into the show.
You guys are forgetting about one thing with the Bears, though.
What about them?
They're on a win streak.
Oh, gosh.
A 1-game win streak. You do realize they're going to win the Super Bowl this year, right? Justin Fields for MVP.
Oh, my gosh.
I already got a ticket.
All right.
Zach says...
10 more minutes here, guys.
Zach says, made a trade last week. Processes tomorrow. Kind of a blockbuster. Trading Devontae Adams and Deontay Johnson for Amon-Ra and Aaron Jones. Thoughts?
Okay. So you traded away Devontae Adams. So Amon-Ra and Aaron Jones. I'm fine with that. I'm good with that.
Obviously, the best player is Devontae Adams.
Obviously.
Deontay Johnson's kind of a wild card right now. We really don't know what he's going to do in Pittsburgh. Probably not that much because, I mean, Pickens is the best guy right there.
Kenny Pickett does not look good yet.
No, he doesn't. I'm starting to get worried about Aaron Jones, and I don't want to overreact. That's the only thing. But if you're buying him low, I mean, if you were doing this deal a few weeks ago, you're like, yeah, Amon-Ra and Aaron Jones. So I think it's fine. You're betting, you're gambling on Aaron Jones for sure. But I would agree with Avery there. I think that's a fine deal.
Yeah.
Gears says, I get Evans, London, and Connor. In a 12-team PPR Superflex, he gets Evans, London, and Connor. He sends Lockett, Watson, and Michael Wilson, and a third. So assuming this is Dynasty, I'm doing that deal all day. I like that deal.
Is it Dynasty? Why would it be?
Because a third.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, how did you know that?
Yep.
Yeah, yes.
Yep.
Yes, 100% yes.
Yeah. David says, I benched Breece Hall and lost by 1. Which 3 running backs should I start? Breece Hall, Dameon Pierce, Brian Robinson, DeAndre Swift, and Montgomery. So we'll go Swift and Montgomery right off the bat.
The other guys are tough this week.
The other guys are tough. You'd go B-Rob over Hall.
Yeah, Hall's, got a tough matchup next week. We had him on our do not start.
Yeah, but
who's Commanders playing?
The Commies are playing the Falcons.
Oh, so that's not
yeah.
better.
So
then
I'd go Breeze.
Then start Breeze. Yeah. Good question.
Yep, very good. Carter says, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
What's up, Carter?
It's
good to see you, Carter
going
Sykes.
pretty great. Coulter says, "PPR, who do I start tonight? Dobbs or Reed?" Romeo Dobbs.
Yeah, we're gonna start at Romeo Dobbs there.
Mike GP says, "Also, what do I do with Jaleel McLovin?
Nice.
Hold or try and sell high?"
Probably just hold. I mean, obviously you can send feelers out and see what you can get, but in order for me to sell him, I'd have to be like, I'd want somebody flexible, because it's possible that Jaleel McLaughlin could be flexible the rest of the season if Javonte Williams continues to struggle with injury, or if he's earned his way into any volume at all. The dude's explosive. So, again, you can see what you can get for him. Leaning towards holding him, personally.
Yeah. Sloan says, "Thanks, guys."
Welcome, Sloan.
No problem. Carter also says, "My team is Tua, Tyreek, JJ, Judy, Slim Reaper, White, Pierce, Ramondre, and Waller. Should I do Justin Jefferson and Rashad White for Bijan and DK?" I would hold Justin Jefferson
JJ
there.
Carter, yeah.
You gotta.
Legends of Trey says, "Do I have too many wide receivers on my roster with Jefferson, Waddle, Keenan Allen, Marquise Brown, Dubs, Olave, and Ridley?" Holy crap. Running backs are BJ and Pollard and Montgomery. Quarterback is Allen and Love. Anyone I should trade? Let's get rid of Love. You don't need Love with Josh Allen on your roster, assuming this is a 1 QB. Goodness. Who's BJ?
BJ? Wait, I'm trying to look for it in the
He says his running backs are BJ and Pollard and Montgomery.
It might be Bijan. I don't know.
Yeah.
Could
BJ.
be. There's no way he has
No,
Bijan and J. Jeff and Waddle.
No. So who'd it be? BJ. Who's BJ?
Help us out here, guys.
Kyle, you know who
who's
BJ is?
Brian?
I don't know who BJ is. All right. Let's keep going.
Dude, I will tell you, though, I don't think you have too many wide receivers. Not with your running backs. You're not hurting for running back right now.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
You're fine.
I think BJ's great.
Yeah. Mike says, "Would you trade away Devonta Smith for Amari and Miles Sanders?" Yes.
Yeah,
we already answered that.
All right,
Alex.
5 more minutes, guys. So if you have any last second questions, make sure you get them in. We'll answer as many as we can. We'll prioritize super chats as we go.
Alex says, "Half PPR 16 league. Do I trade Puka, Marquise, and Jerome Ford for Barkley, Garrett Wilson, and Shaheed? Rest of the lineup includes Josh Allen, Bijan, Chase Kamara, DJ Moore, and Watson." With your running backs and your wide receivers, I'd hold your wide receivers.
Yep.
I'd hold Puka and Hollywood there
Yeah.
because you need wide receivers more than you need running backs, owning Bijan and Kamara.
All right, I got another question. So week 6, Packers got a bye. On my team, the QBs are Love and Richardson. Richardson's out. I'm lost on what to do. Just pick up a quarterback for that week. I don't overestimate how big of an impact it will have for you to stream quarterback for 1 week, because the point differential is probably going to end up being somewhere from 3 to 4 points maximum. Sometimes some of those streamer guys will outscore the guy you would have normally put in there. So don't worry about it. See who the best guy is available and pick him up and just start him for a week, and then you drop him. Yeah. Richardson can go on your IR. I'm not sure about Richardson for the rest of the year. Hopefully he can come back, but we're praying. We're not going to be a little bit sad about that one for a while, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Max says, "Is Olave an upgrade over Amari?" I would say no for a couple of reasons here. Nick Chubb is out and Kamara is in. And I think that positively impacts Amari and negatively impacts Olave. I really do. So, ultimately, I think they are in the same tier. I do prefer Amari over Olave. I definitely don't think Olave is an upgrade over Amari. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100% agree. Coulter says, "Who should I start tonight?" Dubs Reed, we're into that. Anthony Williams says, "Eckler and Lockett for Pittman, Dameon Pierce, Tank Dell," and this is Dynasty half PPR. I think
I got to go with the stud here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep Eckler here.
Yeah.
Bobby says Logan Thomas or Jake Ferguson for this week. Logan Thomas. Max says Rashad White and Stevenson. And for Jordan Addison, is that an overpay? What's Addison's value? You're selling low on Stevenson, but I'm fine.
I still like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm fine taking that. Jesus says, "Would you all start Christian Watson or Jaden Reed?" That's the only other Packers combination we haven't
gotten.
gotten.
We'll go Watson over Jaden Reed.
Yeah, we will go Watson.
Would you pick up Roschon Johnson or Amari DeMarcado? And is Ronnie Rivers worth stashing?
Nice.
No to Ronnie Rivers, yes to Roschon over DeMarcado.
Yeah.
Because Keontae Ingram, the only reason DeMarcado is even relevant is because Keontae Ingram is out with a neck injury or whatever right now. So, and both of those guys are irrelevant once James Conner comes back.
All right, rapid fire. Leaving. Nice. Trade Olave for Garrett Wilson and Devonta Smith. Yes. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I think
What? No, I'm taking Olave and Garrett Wilson there.
No, it's Garrett Wilson and Devonta Smith.
Oh,
it's both of them.
My bad. I thought it was.
And I think
Olave
Devonta Smith and Olave
Wilson.
are going to score in the same tier this year.
Yes.
So I'll take the added depth.
Yes.
Tyler Spree says, thoughts on Pittman? No, Richardson's basically out. Should I pick up Osborne or Gabe Davis? Pittman's going to be maybe better with Gardner Minshew.
Yep.
So keep. Coach says Dubs or Reed. We already got that one. Luke says, should I package Mark Andrews with something else for Jonathan Taylor or for another running back and pick up Curtis Samuel off of waivers?
Yes, get Curtis Samuel off waivers.
My running backs right now are Josh Jacobs and Jerome Ford. So try to send away Jerome Ford.
Andrews and Jerome Ford for Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, and if you can get Mark Andrews and package somebody else for Jonathan Taylor, we are loving that.
Yep.
Loving it. Adam says need to trade Jacobs for a wide receiver. Who should I go for in 1-for-1? I already have Adam. So if you're trading Josh Jacobs, you're going to want to go for Olave, Devonta Smith.
Are people really low? I've gotten some comments on YouTube that I've been answering where a lot of people are pretty low on CeeDee Lamb.
Maybe CD, yeah, and yeah, maybe
I would
CeeDee
do
Lamb.
that.
So that would maybe like shoot for the stars, guys. Jay Frost Z's says, should I trade Ramondre for Marquise Brown?
Yeah.
Yes, you should absolutely do that. Wow. Charina Film says 10 team redraft half PPR. I got offered Amon-Ra and Addison for DJ Moore. Oh, yes, please take that.
My goodness.
Wow. Patrick says a little concerned with injuries this week in Cook's usage. Have Richardson, Mixon, Cook, Jefferson, Olave. I'm assuming that's Dalvin Cook, Musgrave, Puka, Burrow, DK Lockett, Edwards, McLaughlin, 2 and 3. Any thoughts? If that's James Cook, you can maybe look to trade James Cook. I think you're fine. I think you kind of stick with that roster right now.
Yeah.
Jay says, would you trade Dubs for Connor? Yes. I don't know. I'm kind of worried about James Conner's injury. This is the same knee that he sprained his MCL in like 4 times. So you have Chase, D-Hop, Cup, Downs, Judy, and John. Yeah, I mean, Connor, Dubs would be your 4th. I think I'm keeping Dubs in that situation because I'm not comfortable with Downs, Judy, or Johnson in a flex every week.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's watch some football, guys. Appreciate you guys joining us. Thanks so much for all the support. Before you leave, make sure you drop a like. Make sure you get that number to go. And make sure you keep an eye out for our videos. We had 2 videos come out today, so make sure you go watch those for advice on this coming week for waivers, trades, buys, and sells if you haven't already. And we'll have tomorrow's fresh new Week 6 content out. Appreciate you guys joining us. Enjoy some football, and we will see you later.